Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, coming at you with the second part of my team building strategy series. For those of you who are new to the channel, I appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, and for those of you who are returning, I appreciate your views and comments. So the ABB strategy is first implemented, I don't even know when it was implemented, probably around season 2. I don't even know who originally did it, but the strategy is you have two of the same type Pokemon in the back, and your lead will counter your back's weakness. So if you don't win the lead outright, like if it's a neutral match or if it's a loss, you switch to one of your back Pokemon. This will likely draw out the counter. So you're likely in the first scenario, if it's grass, you're hoping you draw out a flyer, like a Skarmory. You will lose that match. You will then come back in with your lead and hard punish the Skarmory. So I'd use like a Bastiodon on the lead. So all their charge moves are not effective. So you come out with a ton of energy, their lead Pokemon will come back in, and then you switch to your back Pokemon who should have free reign because it's likely that they're not running double counters to that one typing. So that's the strategy. That's how it works. There are tons of teams. I'm going to showcase 4 teams today. Um, I'm going to showcase one match where I won the lead and one match where I lost the lead and how to implement the strategy. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I do not like this. I know ABB works for a lot of people. There's 2 reasons I don't like this. One, an ABB strategy is very common now. And you're actually going to see in the second battle that I'm going to showcase, they know what I have. They know what I'm trying to do, and they stop attacking so I don't get farmed. So ABB is a very common strategy. So if you know what your opponent's doing, for example, in the Ultra League, if someone's running Empoleon Double Dragon, if they have Empoleon and they switch into a Kingdra automatically, you know what's in the back. So you can automatically maneuver around that. So that's why I don't like ABB teams for starters. The second reason is your weaknesses. There's so many more Pokemon that have more wider range of coverage here. For example, if you have a Metachamp, if the opponent has a Metachamp in the um, first match that knows both Ice Punch and Psychic, well then your Grass is in trouble anyways. So you're going to lose the lead and the back. So there's a lot of Pokemon that have this sort of wide coverage that can hard punish an entire team, even though that's not what the strategy is trying to do. So let's get into the battles. So I just did 4, but there's double Fairy in the back. There's double Fire. You can do basically, and it works pretty much with any double of the same type you want to do in the back, just covering your weakness in the front. So let's go into the battles. So in the first battle here, I'm running Bastiodon, um, Victreebel, and Roserade. So I win the lead, so they're forced to go out, and I go into uh, my Victreebel into their Jellicent, which means I'm going to hard punish this. I'm going to shield because I want to maintain the Abomasnow on the um, my Bastion on their Abomasnow, and I was worried about the Ice Beam. So then I don't have it, so I don't need to shield this. So I maintain switch, I'm down to shield, but that's okay because you just want to assure the alignment with your lead win there. So you're going to come with the Abomasnow. I'm just going to throw the Acid Spray, lower the attack a bit, so that when my Abomasnow comes in, it can get some good take it out pretty quickly. So they come in, the timer's already done, and they come with a Swampert. So this is it. You don't have a second counter. Well, this team, sorry, that's the next video. But I get a good lead here, block the Sedge Wave. I'm able to go back-to-back Weather Balls here. And I think the opponent made a mistake because I go with the one Weather Ball. I go second Weather Ball here. And they don't think they shield, which is a mistake. They should have definitely shielded because they need the Swampert on my Bastiodon. Because now this will take me out, that's fine. I can just farm down here. And they need 3 energy balls to take me out. So that's not happening before I take this out. So they could have easily won if they shielded, but that's how you basically play a lead win. So how do you play a lead loss? So I'm going to lose the lead here. And again, I didn't win a lot of these like playing it properly. I just want to show you how it's done. So Sableye, not a great, so I'm going to switch out into my Victreebel. It'll draw out the Skarmory. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to throw this. Then the Skarmory stops attacking because they know exactly what I'm trying to do here. and they stop, and so I stop. Because they know if they kill me right now, Bastiodon's going to have a full half bar of health to farm down. So they're not going to allow me to do that. So they just stop. And I can't just sit here and wait out the timer because then they're going to be able to not have the switch lock. So, okay, I just throw. I'm just showing you how the teams work, so I don't really care if I win or lose the match. I'm just showing you ABB lines are very obvious now. So that's why if you make out the switch in a neutral matchup lead, people will know what your back line is. So that's why I don't like the ABB lines. So anyway, Sableye comes back in. I'm going to take this foul play, and then I'll probably switch out. And I'm going to get the weather off. I'm going to shield this up because the Roserade is pretty glassy. So I get a weather ball off here. I get a weather ball off here. Come on, throw the weather ball. I still don't know what their back Pokemon is. I'm hoping it's not a second counter to Roserade, but the fact that the well, Sableye switch lock because they switched out of the Skarmory. So I'm gonna just shield this up, throw here to try and get the last shield or take this out. Get the last shield. We're both shieldless, and I'm able to take them out here. But I think the Skarmory may have some energy left, so I immediately tried to catch on the Bastion, thinking that I had energy left over, and they come with the Meganium, which is a pretty hard. The Flamethrower is super effective, but the Frenzy Plants and Earthquakes are both gonna really, really hurt the Bastiodon. So this is probably gonna go down here, and I'm gonna go down. The Rosary is gonna go down to a Frenzy Plant. So that's how the strategy works, even though it was not successful in this match. You basically just draw out the hard counter. So again, maybe it would have been better if I had got a larger farm on the Bastiodon. I could have thrown a move at the Sableye, but they knew exactly what it was. So the second match, I'm doing Hypno Double Dark. Again, a very, very common ABB team. So I get a great lead here. They're going to switch out into an Azu. So an Azu is actually a terrible Pokemon to see because both of my back Pokemon lose to it. And I can't let the Surf Edge see my backline because then they would be taken out because the counters would do way too much damage. So I need to chip this Azu as much as I can and then switch into the Umbreon. So I'm going to shield this up because I want this on the Surf Edged, and then I'm going to go into the Umbreon, basically allowing this to be just farm down, throw all your energy at me as you can. I'm just going to keep farming up as much as I can because I know something's going to come in. So they come in with the Ninetales. And luckily this is not a Charm Ninetales, it's just a Powder Snow Ninetales. So because I have Last Resort, I can just keep spamming these. And that's why I like Umbreon because, as you saw in my last video, it's very spammy and very bulky. So got the second one off, and a Dazzling Gleam would take me out. But I'm just going to let this go no matter what it is. And it's just a Weather Ball. And that's not going to do enough to Umbreon for sure. So I get the third Last Resort off, and they let it go, which is a mistake because you cannot allow your Surf Edge to be aligned with my Hypno, even if you get some farm here on my Umbreon. So that will be taken out. I'm going to come out and hard punch this with my Hypno. I'm going to shield this up because it could be Night Slash and it would be super effective against me. And out comes the Azu, so I'm just coming with the Scrafty and just continue to power punch the Surf Edge because Surf Edge is very, very squishy. So my plan is to just, and Dark is resistant to fighting, so I'm just going to throw these power punches and just force them to basically throw here, or else I think I can take it out. But maybe I can't take it out actually because they have a shield left. So it's low enough that one Confusion will take it out, and I was able to sneak the Confusion through there. So this Night Slash won't take me out, but that Confusion will register, so that will take it out. So that's how you deal with the lead win. How do you deal with the lead loss? So my first switch is Umbreon because it is tankier and can deal with the punches better. So, and this is why I also don't like it. Altaria basically deals with all my Pokemon, especially that I'm running Thunder Punch on my Hypno. So come with my Umbreon, gets hard punished with a Medicham. So the counters will be doing effective. If they have Power Punch, they can ramp up, which wouldn't be good. but they just have Ice Punch, so that's not going to do too much. It's the counters that are going to add up. So I am going to be able to get off a few foul plays to really chip this, but the Hypno is not going to get a ton of farmer. And I was debating here, I probably should have let this not thrown this and just get farmed down, because I was thinking that maybe I can flip this match, but even flipping a match doesn't do anything because Scrafty has a terrible match against Altaria. So I should have not thrown that, got farmed down, and then farmed with my Hypno. So that was my fault on that. I don't have an Ice Punch. I'm throwing it like I'm pretending that I do. And I need to just, I'm going to shield this up because I have 2 shields and I need to get some chip damage on the Altaria because my Scrafty will not do anything here. So I'm just going to throw this because I'm worried about I'm going to be taken out before I get to the next one. Plus I think they're going to shield anyways. So they shield. So I'm going to try and get as much damage as I can here. I know they're just going to farm me down, so I'm just going to save it. Maybe I can get a sack swap later. Have to shield this, it's going to be a sky attack. And then they're not getting out, and then they just get out and catch the foul play on the Toxicroak, which is a good catch. But between their counters being effective and mine being resisted, I was pretty doomed here from the start. So again, this is why I don't like ABB lines, because there are some Pokemon like a Altaria that would just wreck my entire team. So the third one, I went with Fire Double Water, and it is Ninetales, Swampert, and Azu. So this one I won the lead, and I'm going to hard punish this with my Swampert. So they're going to throw the Earthquake. I have to shield. One, because I think an Earthquake may take me out because I'm Shadow, and I just want to keep the alignment. So shield that up. The good news is I should have enough energy to get a Sludge Wave off here, so they're going to have to shield it, so I'm going to get the shield back. And I should be able to get to a Hydro Cannon, which it'll be resisted, but it will do a good enough chip damage that I can now think about potentially just farming down with the Ninetales. So out comes the Ninetales. They're going to throw. I need to worry about a Sludge Bomb. Do I shield this up because I'm worried about a Sludge? I would shield it, yeah, because that would hurt me a lot. And out comes the Bastiodon. So they were running, which I actually saw. I played this match. I'm like, well, I know what my next team is, which is Grass Double Steel, because they run an ABB line right there too, where you're switching out to your Stunfisk, which is your softer loss and can deal with more. Hopefully draw out a fighter, and then you have your Bastion in the back to roam free. But unfortunately for this opponent, I am running Double Water in the back and Grass on the lead, Fire on the lead. So I should be able to just hard punish this team. So I should be able to get a couple Fire Spins in, and I've got to build up to 2 Weather Balls, get the first one off, and then I should be able to get the second one off back to back to take out this Venusaur before they can get to the move. So that's a lead win. What about a lead loss? Or not even a loss, like you need to, if you don't win the lead hard like that, you switch, even if it's a neutral matchup. So in this second one, I am going up against an Azu, which is actually a hard loss anyways. So I'm going to come in with my Swampert, and they're not switching. So that's, and my immediate signal is that's not bad, because if they're staying in here, they don't have a hard counter to this, and my Ninetales won't have to see it. So that's good. So I'm going to throw the Sludge Wave. They shield it. I'm going to shield again, and I think I go for the Sludge Wave again, or do I go for the bait here and they call it? I forget what happens here. So I'm building up, I go for the bait. Yeah, okay, I go for the bait and I think they call it. Yeah. So now I go for the Sludge Wave, but at this point they're not expecting me to double bait here, so they shield this one up. So my Swampert's going to go down. So I know that. I know my Swampert's going to go down, so I'm going to come in with my own Azu, because I would rather just save the Swampert for later and just take what is more of a more even matchup here. So my Azu is going to be pretty low coming out of this, but I got to try and keep the Swampert alive for now. So the problem is, like my Azu's gonna be almost gone. I got a half health Swampert left, and now comes a Metachamp. So I don't really have a hard counter for this. So I think this Psychic's gonna take me out. What I come in with? I probably come in with the Ninetales because I know I have an overheat and I love throwing the overheats. Problem is they're gonna get a move off here, but it's just Power Punch, so that's good. So I'm gonna build up the overheat and just throw it because they have no shields left. So this should be taking it out or pretty close, and then I'll go immediately into the Swampert and hope that I can take out whatever is left over here. And it's a Stunfisk, so that's not bad. This will not one-shot, but it's going to be pretty close. But now I think, if I remember, they're able to farm up to 2 Rock Slides and go back-to-back Rock Slides to take me out, take both of them out. Yeah, I was one. Oh, if that registered, that would have taken it out, and I would have probably won. But tough, close match, but that's how you play the team. And again, you're seeing here, I'm not winning a lot of these neutral matchups. Like I did not do good with this. So Obstagoon on the lead. I'm running Venusaur, Galarian Stunfisk, and Bastiodon. I've got to stay in here because Obstagoon would obviously beat both back Pokemon. So they're going to get the Night Slash off, and they get the boost, which is terrible because now for sure I know they will not be leaving this matchup. They're going to shield everything. And then if my Venusaur goes down, I'm in big trouble here. So I need to shield this up to hopefully get a Frenzy Plant off. And they... Oh yeah, I remember this now. They caught... Oh, was it this? Was that the next one they caught, maybe? So there's the second Frenzy. Yeah, they caught. I don't even know how they caught, because I'm pretty sure I was throwing when Obstagoon was out there. Anyways, so good news is I can hard punish this with my Bastiodon. The bad news is now here comes the Obstagoon, which is going to absolutely destroy my Bastiodon. Crush Up Zero super effective. Luckily I can get a move off here. Why I went for the Fire Punch and not the Stab Stone Edge, I do not know. And now because of that, I'm able to farm down, which is okay, but now out comes a Ninetales, and it is a Charm Ninetales, so that's awesome because now I can come in with my Stunfisk, and they have a shield left, but it won't matter because it's going to take way too long for them to get to Weather Balls, and the Charms aren't doing anything against me. So I got lucky with back alignment there. And one more of how, I'm pretty sure one more how you play it if you lose lead, and I'm pretty sure I lose this too, but again, this is how you would play it. Stunfisk. Stunfisk is one of those, this is where I maybe probably should have stayed in with that. I'm showing you how to do, I did it just because I want to show you how you do it, but if it's Galarian Stunfisk, I'm probably staying in with that. The only problem is if you then stay in with that and they're running Azu or a counter user in the back, then you're gone, right? So you really need to draw out their counter user. So we both baited each other, and out comes Meganium. So again, this is what you would want to see, right? You want to draw out the Meganium here with your Stunfisk, so your Bastiodon doesn't need to see this. So they're going to Frenzy Plant me. I'm going to save it because, why am I saving it? Because Sludge Bomb would be super effective here, so I want to just get this Meganium out of here. But they shield it up. Good news is an Earthquake. Is an Earthquake going to take me out from this range? It does not. Am I going to get to the Sludge Bomb? I do, to take it out, so that's good. The problem is they now have a Stunfisk that's going to have an energy advantage on mine, and out comes a Pelipper. And I'm an idiot. Why do you not wait for the switch clock to come up? That cost me the game. If I just waited for the switch clock to come up, I would have been able to better align my own, because I was already stacked with energy. Oh, well, I was just watching this back now. What a dumb play. Wait for the switch clock to come up, people. That's Pokemon 101 there. So that's a game I probably could have won there if I played properly, but yeah, this is over. So basically that's a strategy. Like I said, you can go double Charmer in the back. You can go double Fire, what other? I tried to double Psychic in a couple videos ago. You saw with the Deoxys Corsellia in the back. So you can implement the strategy. It has worked well. Obviously, like ABB Grass Hole changed the way PvP is done. So give it a shot if you want to implement the strategy. And then tomorrow or whenever I post the next video, I'm going to show you what I like building, which just Pokemon that balance each other plus a save swap. So I will see you in the next one.